Alright, the game is starting here. A bounty of 4,000 against 4,500. Let's see. This has the potential to be a great fight here, as both players are facing each other, will be facing each other rather late due to the cross position here on Twisted Meadows, as ColorFul is starting on the bottom left corner and the Undead 120 or 120 starting at the top right. Nothing special happening yet. Gonna see the hero choice in a second though. And an Ancient of War is being placed on the shop position, not on the 5-3 free camp. Let's see what is gonna happen now, as the Death Knight is being summoned here in the altar for the undead. And a Warden. Somehow I knew it. A Warden on ColorFul's side. Can we see some nice Fan of Knife multi-kills on ghouls and acolytes maybe? Let's see how he can use this Warden on a map like Twisted Meadows when both players are having the longest distance to each other. As the Ancient picked up his first tree, pulling the big camp right away. He has 3 wisps with him to maybe stopping the attempt of harass from the undead, but the archer already losing too much of hit points to be of any value at the moment. He cannot put this archer out on the map for this point, and it's very early, so he very much depends on this archer, as the ghoul gets ensnared by the creeps. Very lucky for the Knight of Fear, as he can easily take out the level 6 troll and gets the Sobi mask. Very nice item for the Knight of Fear to start off with, considering he can spam more of his spells now, which makes the Warden very much of the huntress she is, as the Ancient of War now has to retreat, getting damaged by all those skeleton warriors and the Death Knight. Skeleton warrior is now getting dispelled by a detonation of the wisps, as a ghoul is making its run to home, being shadow stricken, losing some damage via dot, and being blocked here the Warden by the Death Knight. Very nice, making it hard for the Warden, or impossible even, to catch up to the ghoul, getting a kill. Still she is though on the hunt, does not let her prey out of sight, wants to go for the kill, wants to get this early ghoul. Let's see what he can do. Warden now here being zoned out, as the Death Knight brings along 6 ghouls with him, already so to surround the Warden if she happens to make a misstep here. Warden though almost level 2, which could have a nice blink, so she could get out of this kind of situations, as the Ancient of War still surviving, producing more archers here, and the Warden just playing a back and forth with the DK in the middle of the map. Meanwhile his 6 ghouls are not helping his economy at all. What is he doing with them though? Trying to set up something, trying to zone the Night Elf, get into the right position, and then pick off unit by unit. It's a very much of a mind game at the moment, as the Warden is trying to get close to her archers, but almost getting surrounded there, as 1 wisps may die here. No, nice detonate, killing 1 skeleton, yielding experience to the Warden, non-experience for the Death Knight yet, as the Warden is level 2 already. And we see level 1 Death Knight picking up the aura now. No need for Death Coil, as he's thinking himself. Entering the Night of Space though, While the Night Elf is taking to tier 2, if he loses one Wisp now, he cannot remake this one. So the Wisps have to be microed away. Does not lose any Wisps as I have seen. All of them are getting saved by Moonwells here, as the Shadow Strike on a ghoul is finding hits target, but it's gonna get peeled by the other ghouls, of course. And now a possible surround on the Warden could happen. Does she have her blink though? She does not have her blink, I think. Otherwise she could have used it already to just kill the ghoul off. Maybe she knew already that she doesn't really need it. The dot of Shadow Strike is doing so much damage on this unit, and another ghoul will fall down, giving experience to the Warden here. Very nice start for the Night Elf player as a skeleton goes down here. And the Death Knight still not a single unit killed. Disengage happening here, the Warden chasing after a skeleton. Must not lose too much time though, the Death Knight is already creeping. That is the time window he just can create himself here. A little bit of a free creep here without an harassment of the Warden, as she is roaming around the undead space, spotting a Lich second hero for the undead player, microing one ghoul out here as he's trying to take out this level 5 Gnoll. Let's see what item is gonna be dropping for him, as the Warden now flanks the undead here from the right side. Can she get a kill? Maybe a steal on this Gnoll. Oh, this would be huge, and she's getting it. No, the Lich maybe got it. No, the Warden got it. I saw the experience jump. A huge step there. Even the Lich though managed to get a Nova off around the trees. The Warden was quicker. Very, very strong for ColorFul right here. Ancient of War still moving, making his way to the next position. Lich aggroing those creeps, not sure if it was on purpose just to delay a creep maybe, or get a disposition for the Night Elf player while he's creeping this in favor of the undead. Not really, as the undead maybe attempting to creep his natural shop now, but the Warden is around, of course. The Warden here gets level 3, very, very nice for her at this point in the game. 150 initial damage of Shadow Strike landing on the Lich. The Death Coil is there though to save the Lich if needed. And another Shadow Strike here getting spammed by the Warden. This one-man army at the moment seem very strong. Sobi Mask giving a nice output of Shadow Strikes here overall, as the Death Knight now has to pee with a Death Coil. Finishing off the level 6 Gnoll. Let's see what Troll, let's see what he's gonna drop. Scroll of Healing in Death Knight's item inventory already, and there is a Rune Bracer. He could not ask for a better item to deny the damage of this Warden. The Rune Bracer is probably gonna go to the Lich, as he is pretty squishy and low on hit points at this state of the game. Undead now starting this Golem camp. This is a situation now where the Undead is gaining on momentum each second. Like if his army can just it's snowballing itself just by being huge, just by having spiders. The level advantage is not gonna be too much of a matter if he can evasion creep the Warden, but the Warden is doing a very good job here, going in very deep into the Undead's army, putting off a Fan of Night knife, maybe level 2 as well, not blink, not one point in blink spent yet, maybe just so she could have this pressure in early game. Since the Warden play here is very good, not a single surround happened yet, as Bear is already rejuvenating now. The Undead, though not sleeping, has his tech as well, very nicely done. Right in time, the Destroyer finished to trade a little bit with the Knight of Army here as the Warden engages once more with a Fan of Night. Not killing anything yet, but damaging a lot of the meat shield of the undead. He though has this statue that is just providing the undead's army with so much sustain. As a unit has to get safe now with his stuff. Oh, a wonderful Coil Nova on this bear, and the bear goes down. Nothing the Night Elf player could have done against such burst damage. These ghouls just getting healed by the statue at the moment, providing a nice potential surround for the undead onto the Warden if the Warden decides to get too close. Let's see here, the Destroyer trading off some more. Ancient of War getting a little bit of damage here. It's the Warden as well. As the Destroyer is getting attacked by the Warden with his Orb of Venom. Oh, nice Nova here. Eventually killing an archer. And the Tri-Hero completed on sides of the undead here with a Dark Ranger. Sylvanas comes into play. Too bad it's not the nice skin we saw from the trailer before. As the Night Elf has to retreat a bit out of his base just to reposition himself, being able to flank the undead hero is trying to get the Moonwell, but has to interrupt the attack and must retreat now. Nice clash here as the statue is forced to become a destroyer. The bear gets saved with the stuff. As the Warden now with rejuvenation chasing into the undead's army. Fan of Knife goes off. The Lich getting a little bit in a dangerous situation here, losing a lot of hit points to the bears, a lot of hit points actually, and has to be saved by a coil, which is not needed for the undead to take down a bear as well. And another coil just saving the Lich. Warden still on high mana. Pendant of Mana as well dropped for the Warden. Very very nice items here for the Night Elf to keep pressure with his hero, with his solo hero, which is now almost on the way, halfway to level 5. As the rejuvenation just barely saves an archer, the next death coil saves the Lich. And the Dark Ranger puts on her silence, but the silence not doing anything at this moment since there is no key moment, no kill in happening, but the Death Knight actually getting very low. The burst damage of those claws of those bears is hitting so hard, but the Night Elf in the end eventually has to retreat. Just being out of his trades, being out of cooldown from stuff, being out of mana on bears. The undead now able to creep the golem here. Let's see what item he's gonna get. A potion of greater healing, not bad. 500 extra hit points, that is very nice. As the undead has passed 50 supply, going into medium upkeep, having 58 supplies, but just as the undead, the Night Elf has 58 supply as well, so pretty even at the moment. Lich almost level 3 here. A Dryad is scouting. She cannot get damaged by any magic, so she cannot get slowed as well. Pretty safe scout right there. As the Night Elf now has to reposition in between those moonwells inside his base. No attempt to go for an expansion yet from neither sides. A lot of zoning happening from the undead as he's in the territory of the Night Elf, here ready to fight and wants to take down this bear once more with a Coil Nova combo. Does not succeed though, as the Night Elf is able to stuff the bear out into safety, as one death coil is barely saving a destroyer. The destroyer is doing good work though here on the bears, which are ripping apart through all the spiders and the abominations. Abomination getting very low now here. A nice Nova on the Warden, just slowing all the meat shield, all the front line of the Night Elf down. But now here the undead has to retreat. just before he could lose his abomination and the warden could get more experience, getting her closer to level 5 or level 6 eventually, getting Avatar being super strong. Now you can see here the undead very well microed his units out. Everything is super low, very red. Night Elf is just hugging his altar, waiting for this moon juice to replenish, so he can just go out again and creep and contest with the undead, since the undead does not need to be topped off for creeping. As we can see, he can just go. It's an ongoing war machine ever and ever. The Night Elf now reforming again. 4 bears, 5 bears are making his meat shield together with the warden. 1 archer and 2 dryads coming along. As the warden is saying hello to the acolytes of the undead, killing all acolytes except 1, leaving him on very low hit points, halfway to level 6 now, taking down this ghoul. Eventually he will go down from the damage over time of the shadow strike, and there he goes. As the warden now Stafford's teleportation back to her army to rejoin and counter the undead, who is in the Night Elf space again, still being slow. He has some balls showing up, they're just showing presence. I mean, he was not in his base, that's why the warden had this opportunity to get a quad kill. Let's see what's gonna happen here. If the warden gets level 6, it's gonna be very, very nice play we're gonna see here, as an acolyte just dies now, attempting to heal up his statues. Since they do not get rejuvenated HP once they turn from a statue to a destroyer, I think they stay on their current HP. Death Knight can only death coil them while they are in destroyer form, so not yet. And he does not have all the endless mana in the world, so he has to choose his spells wisely, as the undead is rather going for some instant burst kills right when the Night Elf cannot defend it or does expect it to adhere. The units once more clash again. Staff of Silence, or rather the Dark Ranger Silence used, as the warden is wreaking havoc here with a fan of knives, and the Death Knight actually diving way too deep, healing himself now with a scroll of healing, as the second bear going down, and only 3 bears now remaining on the side of the Night Elf. A lot of damage on the undead, and a potion of greater healing used by the Death Knight, trying to bait out the warden. She has got into far and really much gotten lower than less than 50 HP, but 50% HP, but the undead cannot close the game here. He's getting pushed back. Can maybe one more combo once more on the warden, as the warden reaches level 6. Oh, this is gonna be interesting now, what the Avatar can do with these corpses, as the warden has to retreat now with just a bunch of dryads, and all the bears seem to have been fallen down to the destroyers. The destroyers just doing so much damage to these bears, and now the Avatar is summoning his creeps and defending the Night Elf's base. It's so strong, it can just easily push the undead away. Very nice here, as the Night Elf's army is diminished to 30 and 3 supply. Let's see how much supply the undead's army has at the moment. Night Elf now back to 37. Oh, the undead supply is 57, so 20 supply more than the Night Elf. This is looking very good for the Night Elf. Is he gonna eat him up eventually? Is the moon juice gonna be enough for the warden and the Avatar to make some plays? The undead can just as well just kite it out now and go whenever he is back on like 80 food, the Night Elf back on 50, and the Avatar should be gone by that time. Let's see what's gonna happen. And I'm thinking the undead is winning the lead at the moment, having this tri-hero against the warden only, while her ultimate is on cooldown is not too good. As now an abomination is being picked off here by the warden. As you can see, her ridiculous amount of damage almost got this 1.2k hit points unit down to 50% HP just within a matter of 2 or 3 seconds. As more moonworlds are being destroyed now by the Night Elf, Night Elf is trying to counterattack now, himself summoning a new avatar, running into the base of the undead, maybe utilizing the graveyard of the undead, as there are a bunch of corpses already the ground here now. Yeah, very nice. The avatar is doing some nice work, while the wisps are trying to defend and heal up the Tree of Life. The undead though is too strong of a force. All these units. It's not gonna be happening a trade. It's not gonna be happening anymore. The Night Elf now though has an expansion up at the natural bottom side. If this gets scouted early, it's definitely GG. But from my point of view, it's GG already. There's not much of a comeback the Night Elf can do since the undead's just snowballing like crazy now. Although his Black Citadel gets taken down as well. A lot of summons here in the undead's army, in the undead's base. 7 Dryads, a bear as well, doing their work. Only the Night Elf has an expansion, no expansion on the side of the undead. Let's see, the undead has to go for the expansion now. Let's see what he can shut down there. How much is gonna be left by that point of the undead space as well. It's looking like it's gonna be a base race. Let's see. It's gonna be quicker here. As the Night Elf now losing his expansion, was not able to get a lot of gold out of it. I'm thinking, still sitting on 1.5k gold though at this very moment. Somehow I feel the game is going into the hands of the Night Elf, into the hands of the undead, and I don't really know what the Night Elf can pull off apart from having his level 6 ultimate, since the tri-hero combination is getting stronger as well. Warden now buying boots, maybe again, as the avatar is still wreaking havoc here in the undead's armies, undead's base. And another base potentially started by the undead at the bottom right. Or is it just his army? Can I see what's happening there? Necropolis being scouted here by the warden. It's gonna get peeled though. Very easy. Undead's army is super strong now. Just chase away the warden. She cannot go anywhere. Not near this army without her dryads here. And it looks like the Night Elf has gotten a better trade of destroying almost everything of the undead. I do not see any expansion of the undead. What is happening at the down there? No expansion attempt, just a necropolis in the middle of the meadows here. Avatar still doing his job. 525 mana on this warden, as well as a mana potion. Very, very high potential of very much output of Shadow Strikes and Fan of Knives. But is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be a one-man army? If he would face any casual player, I think yes, he can bait him into a fight with his avatar. But this are the finals. You're just gonna get kited. It's just one it's like one hero against a whole army. Let's see what he can do here. My predictions might not be right. And it's the underdog picking up a bear now. Oh, that must not have been happening here now. Very easy kill. 1 Deathcoil, 1 Nova. GG. As the undead is now going for his last push. A last destroyer is gonna make his way out. flying above the trees in safety. The Dryads cannot reach her there. And the necropolis being finished. No one. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen here. Wisp trying to Tree of Life at the north of the map. The Dryads now starting to engage this necropolis, which may very well be the last building of the undead soon, if this avatar is successful in his mission of destroying completely on his own the undead's army or the undead's base here as only one gold mine, and a crypt are being left. The warden here making chase on a destroyer, blinks after it. Destroyer though can get away in safety here, hiding in the woods. Still do not so well microed away, and the last hit is gonna get the destroyer. Warden gets another destroyer killed here. Every unit counts for now, since it cannot be remade by none of the players anytime soon, especially not the undead. As the Night Elf is now trying to protect his Tree of Life with some Dryads here. Gonna be very successful in it. Let's see if the undead is actually depleted of his source now, or he can get a nice combo here. No blink for the warden for a long time, since the Dark Ranger's silence is just taking so long now. Wow! The second Nova is hitting and almost kills off the warden. The damage of the undead Tri-Hero is so insane. He cannot really replenish now. There's not too much moon juice left. Let's see what he can do. Oh wow, never mind. The moon well was actually full. The warden just got full back once again. And the undead now biting his ass, thinking, why did I not kill these moon worlds? As the avatar is still wrecking the undead's base here, killing off the very last building. Only the necropolis now is left on side of the undead's army, and this is at the very south, at the bottom of the map. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Undead should pretty much have this game in the bag. But the game in the end, especially late game, it can just turn around and turn into a game of cat and mouse, just as we're seeing it right here. Although the warden, being the mouse, also has her talons, her claws. She is a very strong mouse. Running around with a pendant, and still this mana potion. As the Night Elf space is completely getting torn apart now, and both sides are pretty much just left with one main hall in the middle of nowhere. Both destroyers at 1 HP, trying to kill this Tree of Life. Wow, this is super sick. What a situation here. There's one Crypt Fiend is definitely gonna die now here. The second one as well dies to the dot, even though it was burrowed. No way to save that unit, as the warden now is making its move onto the necropolis. Let's see if the warden can win this fight. Nice defensive here against the destroyers, as they both have only 0 hit points to trade with the Dryads. Nothing more the undead can do, as the warden is gonna take this victory, I think. Oh, there is the tree, trying to eat himself back to full life. The undead is pretty much zoned downstairs, being chained to his own necropolis, which the warden now is blinking towards to, almost at level 7 here. Such a beast hero. Very good choice against undead on this map. As the necropolis almost getting destroyed here, the last building, the very last building of the undead player, and the Tree of Life actually starting a creep camp here now. The natural of the undead gonna set himself up there and gonna be able to mine some gold, even getting back into the game, while the avatar just damaged the undead's army so hard it's not able to repair himself. The avatar is taking some moon juice just to stay alive, not providing the Death Knight any experience, though it would not matter anything because the Death Knight just had dinged to level 5. This game is pretty intense, as the undead has to somehow split up his army and get up to this tree of life, but it already rooted himself down to a gold mine. Now the dryads are free and are able to kill off the Death Knight. Here he has one heal scroll, but it's not gonna be much. And GG by the undead. And wow, ColorFul taking this victory. Awesome game. More than such an OP hero.